Hey everyone, welcome back. We always get the most interesting stuff sent to us for these deep dives, and today is no exception.
It really is. This time, we're going to tackle something that affects us all, even if we don't realize it.
For sure. We're talking construction, but not just like hammers and nails construction. We're going behind the scenes to see what's changing, what's cutting edge in the world of building.
And it's more than just the materials or the tools. It's about the people and the qualifications and how the whole industry is evolving.
Totally. Our listeners sent in a ton of material on something called Gold Seal certification. Apparently, it's a pretty big deal for construction
Oh,
professionals.
absolutely. It's basically the gold standard, no pun intended. It shows that someone's not just competent, but they're also committed to keeping up with the latest and greatest in the industry.
And from what I've seen in this material, there's a lot time to keep up with. Like, sustainability is clearly a massive driving force right now.
Yeah, it's not just a trend anymore. It's woven into every aspect of construction. We're seeing terms like LEED, passive house, net zero thrown around all over the place.
I admit, sometimes it feels like buzzword overload, but I guess it's important to understand what's actually behind those terms, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's where the gold seal connection comes in. A certified pro needs to really understand these concepts, not just slap a label on something. So let's break it down. When we talk about LEED, for example, we're talking about a whole rating system for how environmentally friendly a building is. It covers everything from energy efficiency to water usage to the materials used.
Okay, so ILI was kind of like a checklist for being eco-conscious.
In a way, yeah, but it goes deeper than that. It pushes builders to think holistically about the entire life cycle of a building.
Got it. So what about those other terms, passive house and net zero? Those sound pretty intense.
They are. Passive House is all about designing buildings that are so airtight and well insulated that they barely need any heating or cooling. Think of it like a thermos, keeping the temperature stable naturally.
Wow, so like relying on clever design instead of cranking up the AC all the time.
Exactly. And then net zero takes it a step further. These buildings actually produce as much energy as they consume, usually through renewable sources like solar panels.
So basically, creating little power plants on top of buildings.
Pretty much. It's an ambitious goal, but we're seeing more and more net zero buildings popping up.
And that's going to have a huge impact on, fighting climate change and all that. So sustainable building is clearly one big area of change. But the material also talks about a tech revolution happening on construction sites. Drones, 3D printing, sensors. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Right. It's mind-blowing how quickly technology is transforming this industry.
Yeah.
And for a Gold Seal professional, being tech savvy is essential. They need to be able to understand and utilize these tools effectively.
So it's not just about knowing how to swing a hammer anymore.
Definitely not. Take drones, for example. They're being used for everything from site surveying to safety inspections to even delivering materials.
Wait, drones delivering materials. That's wild.
It is, and it's super efficient, especially for large or hard-to-reach sites. Then you've got 3D printing, which is still in its early stages, but it has the potential to completely revolutionize construction.
Yeah, I've seen those videos of them printing entire houses. Is that really the future?
Well, we're not quite there yet, but 3D printing is already being used to create custom building components, complex architectural details, and even entire modular units. The beauty of it is the precision and speed you can achieve, plus the ability to create unique, customized designs that would be incredibly difficult and expensive with traditional methods.
So it's like having a giant, super precise 3D printer on site.
Exactly. And then there's BIM building information modeling, which ties all this digital advancement together. It's like a virtual blueprint on steroids.
Yeah, BIM was mentioned a lot in material, so it's like a digital twin of the actual building.
More than that, it's a dynamic model that everyone involved in the project can access and collaborate on. Architects, engineers, contractors, everyone. And the cool thing is, you can identify potential problems, like clashes between structural elements or inefficiencies in the design, way before you even break ground.
So you're basically eliminating surprises before they happen.
Exactly. Which saves time, reduces waste, and keeps the project on track and on budget. BIM is a game changer for sure, and any Gold Seal professional worth their salt needs to be fluent in it.
Got it. So we've got sustainable building practices, cutting-edge tech on job sites, and this whole digital ecosystem with BIM at the center of it all. It's a lot to take in. But there's one more thing we need to talk about, the materials themselves.
Ah, yes. The materials revolution is perhaps the most exciting aspect of all this innovation. We're talking about materials that are not only stronger and more durable, but also more sustainable and even
Hmm.
self-healing.
Self-healing, like Wolverine style.
Well, not exactly claws popping out, but close. There's self-healing concrete that uses special bacteria to repair cracks, and self-healing asphalt that uses microcapsules to release sealant when damaged. It's pretty amazing stuff.
That's insane. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. So what else is in this materials revolution?
Well, you mentioned carbon neutral concrete earlier. That's a big one. It's made using alternative cement binders and capturing carbon emissions during production. Then there's CLT, cross-laminated timber, which is engineered wood that's incredibly strong and stable. We're talking skyscrapers made of wood.
Wait, skyscrapers made of wood. Is that even safe?
It's incredibly safe. CLT is engineered to be fire-resistant and just as strong, if not stronger, than steel and concrete. Plus, it's a much more sustainable option since wood is a renewable resource.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It seems like we're on the cusp of a whole new era of building. But with all this change happening so rapidly, how do construction professionals keep up? It's got to be tough to stay ahead of the curve.
It is, but that's where that commitment to lifelong learning comes in. A true Gold Seal professional is always looking for ways to expand their knowledge and skills.
So what does that look like in practice? What should people be doing to stay current?
Well, the source material mentions attending industry events, joining professional organizations, subscribing to trade publications. There's a wealth of information out there. The key is to be proactive and seek it out. Plus, networking with other professionals is invaluable. Sharing knowledge and best practices is essential in a field that's constantly evolving.
So it's not just about what you know, it's also about who you know.
Exactly. Building relationships and learning from each other is crucial. And I think the most important thing is to stay curious. Don't be afraid to ask questions, explore new ideas, and challenge the status quo. That's how innovation happens.
That's a great point. And it's not just about keeping up, it's about shaping the future of the industry. You know, one thing that struck me about all this is that construction isn't just about buildings, it's about people.
Absolutely. And the source material emphasizes the importance of workforce development, inclusivity, and creating a safe and healthy work environment.
Right. And technology plays a role there too, doesn't it? Like using VR simulations for safety training.
Oh, yeah, that's a game changer. Instead of just reading a manual, workers can experience hazardous situations in a safe virtual environment. It's much more engaging and effective for learning.
It sounds like the construction industry is at a really exciting turning point. With all these advancements, the possibilities seem endless.
They really do. And that's what makes it such a fascinating field to be in right now. Those who embrace innovation and push boundaries will not only thrive, but shape the way we live and work for generations to come.
That's a powerful thought. So to all our listeners out there, whether you're a seasoned construction pro or just someone who appreciates a well-built structure, we hope this deep dive has given you a glimpse into the future of this incredible industry. It's an exciting time to be building the world of tomorrow, and who knows, maybe you'll be a part of it.
Absolutely. There's so much opportunity out there, and we've only scratched the surface today. Go explore, stay curious, and let's build something amazing together.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.